All right. Well, since the current incentive is basically trying to sell out of the catalog, we talked about it and thought that it would be a great idea to talk about how we like to market the catalog. And feel free to share any ideas, any tips that have worked for you. We'd love to hear your opinions too. But we're just going to lead with what we've got and then, yeah, chime in whenever. So, Allison, apparently
I,
you have a buttload of notes. So let's
yeah,
hear
so and
them.
I'm just going to jump around because I just took like random notes. So I'm just going to jump around with stuff, but it just gets you guys really thinking about all aspects of sales. Okay. So number one, and I think being a master of sales is really being comfortable to sell a product. And so I want you guys all, when you're thinking of selling a product, I don't want you to think of it as a product anymore. I want you guys to think of it as you're selling the experience. Think of things in your life, products that you pay for because you pay for the experience. And I think Scentsy is so great when it comes to selling an experience. I mean, think about fragrances over the course of your lifetime that as soon as you smell, they just bring back a whole flood of emotions for you, right? That you can totally picture the first place you smelt it. And, you know, there's like my mom passed away now over 5 years ago. And there's things that they just hit me and it brings back like a flood of emotions that reminds me of my mom and things. And those are experiences or, you know, the first date you went on or a trip you went to, you know, Hawaii and you smell like a floral and it reminds you of that, things like that. And so you got to remember, we're selling an experience when it comes to Scentsy. When it comes to fragrances and smell and touch and even taste sometimes, like blueberry cheesecake. Like I have customers that just, that blueberry cheesecake and it just is like, they're addicted to it. And so I want you to think of it like, I think people always hear sales and right away there's this negative connotation, like they don't want to be pushy, right? But you're almost doing a disservice to your customers, which your customers are your friends, your family, your community, by not offering these products because you're offering an experience. And that's why when it comes to sales, it's about selling the experience, which means going live and doing, you know, showing, I mean, who the hell loves to do dishes? I know I don't, but when I'm using my Scentsy, like, you like doing dishes, really? Oh, see, I have a dishwasher, but I like hand washing a lot of times because it takes so long to run the dishwasher. Anyway, but I love some of the dish soaps because I put it in and it just smells so good. And so it makes something not so terrible. Or I love doing my towels now and putting the washer whiffs in and having black raspberry vanilla towels. They come out and I'm like, oh, black raspberry vanilla, you know? And so those are experiences you need to share with your customers. And you can't do that by posting a flyer picture. You need to do little boomerangs or just a quick little video. And, you know, if you're that shy, then don't do your face. Then do a video of your laundry, you know, a quick fold of a towel and be like, oh my God, you got to smell these black raspberry vanilla or, you know, whatever your favorite is. And somebody's going to be like, wow, I want my towels to smell like that. And again, selling an experience. And the thing about selling is, when we sell, we're building a clientele base. And if you're not constantly getting new customers and building that customer base, you're not going to recruit and build a team and a business where you're bringing in extra money besides your sales, because we get a lot of our recruits from our customer base. So let me just see here, what else? Yeah, so, you know, every day you get up and, you know, you think, oh, like I've got reps that are like, oh, I'm not great at sales, but you sell every single day. You sell ideas to your kids when you get up, trying to talk them into making sure they like brush their teeth and they like to get in the shower or you're a customer, you know, your coworker that maybe doesn't always do all the workload and you have to talk them into like being a team. You're always selling to people. It's just communicating. It's just talking. And at least with Scentsy, we're talking about things we love, right? And so I don't want sales to always think like, oh, I don't want to be pushy and be offering people, because that's not it. I mean, look at people that are strictly commission-based. Real estate agents, that's, if they're not selling houses, they're not bringing in a paycheck. Car salesmen, you know, any kind of commission-based business, you're selling. And again, it's selling the idea of something or an experience. And so I'm just going to get into like some different things when it comes to selling. And another thing is, after we hit certified in this business, every month we start off, all of us the same, right? Where every month we all, start out with our big zero and go to try to hit that 2,000 a month so you can make your 5% bonus. I mean, selling 5,000 a month is amazing. I'm not saying you got to sell 2,000, but if you really don't push yourself to try to sell those numbers, you're not going to get yourself in front of enough people to really be sharing the idea of the business, right? Which is, I think a lot of us, not all of us, some people are just happy to do their sales and make a commission-based pay. But if you want to be like, in 5 years, I would like to be bringing in money on a team that I might not have to have a regular day job, then to do that, you need to get yourself and build enough, you need to build enough relationships with people by having parties and shopping links and any kind of thing to meet new people. Again, like I did a couple parties last week, and I'll be honest, I had a couple parties and the girl was like, you know what, I really want the Polar Panorama warmer. I'll have a shopping link. Guess what? She had 2 orders come in, $200. I ended up having some extra orders. I supplement to get the party to $265, but those were still 2 customers that I didn't know before. So was the party in my idea bust? Maybe, but if I look at it like I gained 2 customers I didn't have before that I'm now going to follow up with, and I'm now going to send little happy mail to and send them some samples. And so it's like you're constantly trying to find new customers. And so, yeah, I just want you guys to really focus on you're selling the experience. I can't say that enough. And that you're doing a disservice to not share our products. And that, yeah, Scentsy activates like so many senses. Like I was trying to think of other things that I pay for that I really try to, like I buy the experience. Like, let's say I go, here's an example. I used to go get my nails and my feet done. And I had 2 places I would go to. But one place I would pay about the same, maybe even more. But the one place always had these hot hand towels that they would wrap around. They would pull them out after I had my like manicure and they would wrap it around my hands. And it felt so darn good. And it was like, I went there not because the nails were better. And I think I even paid more. I went there for those damn warm towel that they would wrap around that was heated my hands after. I mean, people pay for an experience. And what I want to say about that is, so when you have customers and you throw a couple little dollar store candies in the bag or a little thank you card, or, you follow up after the week and be like, so you got your products, do you love them? I hope you think they're as great as I do. That's all an experience you're selling. And you want that because that's what differentiates them from going to somebody else to buy, is you're selling an experience. Not only is the product an experience because they smell it and it makes their house smell good, and that brings out great memories, especially if something great is going on. And they, in that season, they were using maybe, a bar that was popular for this summer. Like lately, I've been using the pink rhubarb sugar. Did I say that right? Pink rhubarb sugar. And so like that, I always have different bars for different seasons because then they bring back memories, right? And this is my year off. I have to go back to work September 1st. So I'm just trying to like enjoy every minute of having all this time, free time that I've had. And so that bar will remind me of that. What else here? Oh yeah, another thing. So you really cannot sell products. I mean, you can sell products you don't use. I sell some products I don't use a lot of. But you really, if you're selling the experience, then I think it's important to use the products. And so when it comes to like Scentsy Club, which I'm a huge person now pushing Scentsy Club, because I feel like if every month I look and I've already got 1,000 PRV just in Scentsy Club orders, that takes the pressure off how much I have to sell in a month. And so I've really been pushing Club. Well, to do that, it's a lot easier if you are also a Scentsy Club subscriber. And it doesn't have to be that you spend a lot. If you're somebody that isn't a Club subscriber, then start with the whiff box. Because one, you can make samples out of the whiff box. You can show different products you might not normally use. And then of course, always get your bar. So if you have a couple, like I have a whole bunch of bars I get, but I love my oodles of orange and banana nut bread. and I have Grape Granita, I have World Traveler, but I love those two. And so I always go and do like I got my club order and check out what I got. And you can't get these bars anymore. It's a lot easier to push and sell when you have that to show. And then always great to, the whiff box, what a great thing to show every month, and so another thing that is great is every catalog season, getting the product training guide. I think it's important that if you are selling these products, that you know your products and you know the information about your products. And so having that little product training guide, it's only like, I think $4, and you can add it to any party on your workstation and get it. And it's great because when a customer does hit you, there you go. If a customer does hit you with questions, bam, you have your little product training guide to read, or if your team has questions. So yeah, knowing your products. And then I want to talk a little bit about catalog sales. So I always look at LTOs, which are limited time offerings, okay, as the gravy. So you should never be concentrating your sales on LTOs. That's like the icing on the cake. So twice a year we have catalogs. You want to learn those catalogs back and forth. Make your list of your top 10 products that come in a new catalog. The stuff that people seem to gravitate towards, like the top sellers, and advertise those on your social media. Majority of your sales should be through your catalog, okay? And again, the catalog seasons aren't that long. And if you look at our catalogs, we have, out of a 6-month window, we have our transitional month. We have our launch month. There's 2. So we really only have 4 months, because launch month is always like, there's so much content, because it's like, oh my God, look at all this new stuff. Then the last month is your transition month, where you have the 10% off for customers. You have your 10% off, you start sneak peeking the new stuff. And then you have 4 months that you can really just advertise all the different products that are in the regular catalog. Okay. And if you know your customers well, if you have a really good rapport with your customer base, then I have customers that are crazy fall and winter customers, or they don't buy a lot in the fall and winter. They're crazy spring and summer. I have my floral lovers that are just like spring and summer crazy. Those are the kind of customers that, one, you want to like have your list of. So when the new catalogs launch, you know who they are, to be like, oh my God, we got some new florals. You also want to be able to really push the always get my bar. Like I have customers that are crazy lilac and violet, lush gardenia, like floral lovers, which I don't like, but they love them. And I push those always get my bar within like the last couple months of the season and go, listen, like, I know you're going to reach out in another 3 months and be like, oh my God, can you get me any more of those lilac and violet? And I'm not going to be able to. So you need to set up a Scentsy club. So in 3 months, you can get those, and you don't have to go until the next, spring and summer season. And same thing, people that absolutely love the, iced pine and very snowy spruce. I have my woodsy lovers, and I have, the ones that love the fall and winter cinnamon. Those are the ones you really want to say, like, you should really get them subscribed, because those are sales that you're going to get automatically. So it's about really kind of looking at your customer base and breaking them up between which is their favorite catalog. What else do I got here? Okay. So another thing is sales funnels. Okay. So when you look at our year of sales, we have sort of what we call our sales funnels. So besides the regular catalog, we have our collections. Okay. So we always know that it's around September 1st, we have our harvest collection, October 1st, holiday collection, May 1st, summer collection. Then we have our Bring Back My Bar and Buddy twice a year. We have, maybe the Buddy's not twice a year, but Bring Back My Bar. Then you have your Mother's and Father's Day collections. If you sort of have your year mapped out and you know when those are coming, then those months you can concentrate on pushing the regular catalog products on the months that these collections don't launch, so that you always have sort of every month you have it planned out. Okay, this month I'm going to really push these products. And this month I know I know like the catalog's going to launch August 1st, but I know September 1st, I'm going to be pushing the harvest collection, and October 1st, I'm going to be pushing holiday. You know what I mean? So you can kind of set up your year and know where your content is coming from and know what products you're going to push and when, and just being proactive with that. What else here? And then of course, scent and warmer of the month. I can't say enough about it. It's super easy content. We have it every month. Great if you have the subscription. Again, if you're just starting out, I don't want you guys to spend money if you don't have it, but an easy content to every month be able to make samples that you can send in your happy mail or put in your customers' orders for scent of the month, and to advertise that warmer. Just something over and above the catalog that you have to push. And then if we go back to LTOs, which I always say should be your gravy, that should be the icing on the cake on top of your regular sales that are going to just bump your sales up to get you over and above. And thank God for Scentsy, they are insane with their LTOs, right? Like I feel sometimes like I forget to advertise my regular catalog stuff because we're so busy with LTOs. Hi, Brandy. We're so busy with LTOs and the collections that we're almost like, when do I have time to advertise the regular catalog? And there's so many great things. Like I always push that Polar Panorama because for me, it's my favorite warmer, and the Nova Fireworks because I love colored, crazy colored stuff. And those just you know, scream to me. And so I always forget, like I advertise them, and I get someone every time I advertise them that goes, oh my God, I never saw that. And they're not even new, right? So if there's something that really you just love, even if it's an older warmer we've had for a while, if you love it, that's going to come through when you're showing it. And hopefully if you love it, you have one in your house, and people, you know, they get excited when you're excited, and that's when you're going to sell, right? Things that you love. And then of course, besides the LTOs, I cannot say enough about club. I always think when it comes to Scentsy, I think it's always great to share Scentsy, the opportunity off the hop for people, how much you love this company, how much it's blessed you, how great it is to sell, because there's no better, I mean, if you love something, you want to share the opportunity. But I think when it comes down to growing a team, that's it. People always, when I see, that's one question that always comes up in the directors and the star directors group is, what's something you wish you did when you first started that maybe you didn't until later on? And everybody always says recruiting, because when you first start, you're like, oh, I don't even know the company. How can I recruit? And I wish I hadn't waited a year, because that was a disservice to my business. And so always share that opportunity first. Sales come second. And then of course, Scentsy Club, always get my bar. And then the other thing, just quick, I wanted to talk to you guys about was when it comes to your customers and building a rapport, ask for referrals. There's no greater compliment than asking for referrals. And a referral can be simply you send out happy mail or inside your customer's order. I know in Canada it's tough. Stamps are, you know, our postage sucks, like it's expensive. But one stamp you can send, like the scent of the month and a felt sample, you can send for one stamp. If I put a scent circle, they want 2 and 3 stamps, which is ridiculous. I usually only put 2 stamps, even though it's supposed to be 3+, which is like our stamps are $1 something each. So that's like $3 to send a scent circle, which is crazy, Molly. But anyway, I will only put 2 stamps, and I just dump it in like at Scentsy or at Shoppers in the Box. Because if I actually go in there, they want me to put more on the envelopes. But anyway, they never get returned. But when it comes to referrals, it can be as simple as a referral like, hey, can you give a shout out or take a picture of your product set up and just give a shout out that you love it and where you got it? That's a great compliment. But those people have circles of friends that you are not friends with. And they're going to see that and go like, oh my God, look at Kelly got that gorgeous warmer and it makes her house smell good. I would like one of those. That's spreading your business, and it doesn't cost any money. And then again, as I was saying, party links, again, the party might flop, but if you pick up 1 or 2 customers that do place an order, those are new customers. And then of course, building relationships. Social media is amazing, but the majority of your customers, honestly, you're going to get through family, friends, local community, you know, getting involved with local community. Social media is great once you have customers to put on your social media, but it is hard through social media to just pick up customers. I'm not saying you can't, but the majority is going to be through people that you know, that you've built relationships with. And that's where to ask for referrals. Okay. What else here? And then again, if you give good customer service, not only do you get these customers, but you build a rapport with them and you get to know them. And so as much as we all are guilty of having like a whole bunch of different Scentsy consultants on our social media feeds, which it's always like, you always like to know what everyone's doing and selling, but you're not going to build a business and relationships with customers looking what other Scentsy reps are doing. And sometimes we all get guilty of doing the comparison game, which is not great mentally. And so honestly, except maybe having a couple people that are like SSDs to follow, maybe for business ideas like YouTube, you're better to get every Scentsy rep you can off of your social media and really work on having customers and relationships that you're building, that you're commenting on. Somebody has a new puppy, somebody has a new baby. Guess what? They're going to need Scentsy. Or they need money because they have a new puppy and they have a new baby and they need an extra opportunity job, right? And so, but you're not going to know that if you're not paying attention to their social media and commenting and being like, oh my, you know what? And that is building rapport and relationships, which is so important. I'm almost done. Just a couple more things here. Again, the follow-up, the experience, you're selling an experience. So I always say, you know, even though Amy says to wait and reach out so many weeks, with your local customers, I really think like reach out the week after, like 1 week from when you give them their products, reach out excited and be like, hey, so you got your products, you open them, are you loving it? Reach out right away. That's the best time. And then follow up from there. And then again, you know, samples are so beneficial. And then even when I say referrals, even having, if you're sending out happy mail or giving samples, even, you know how you can get little stickers or put like, share, you know, have your customers even be like, oh my God, look at my Scentsy rep gave me this new sample of this new scent that's come out. Again, it's getting your name out there any way you can, because you're trying to pick up new customers and for people to know that you're out there selling. Okay. And then again, your customers are the ones that you're going to have conversations about, you know, joining and about buying and about hosting parties and about referrals and about, you know, Scentsy Club. And so that's why it's important to really just put all your time and effort into, you know, being in contact with your customers, know what's going on with them, you know, giving them samples, keeping in touch with them. Because you want to take care of your customers so that they aren't going and getting, you know, their business from somewhere else. You're giving them a full experience, not only the products, which Scentsy, we know Scentsy, the products are amazing. You're giving them that full customer service experience. Okay. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk about quick was, referral. So also great if you set up with your customers a referral incentive program. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, but something simple like, hey, if you refer to someone that does purchase, depending on when they purchase, you know, you give them a special sample, or, you know, if it's, you get them, you give them a bar, or it's, you know, but if they are aware, and again, this is a personal thing, you can't advertise it because it's against compliance, but you can give it in your customers, like when you send them the little follow-up email, like, hey, I hope you love your products. By the way, just so you know, I have this great referral incentive program. And again, that way they're sending you customers, which is going to help with your sales, and they're getting something, of course, which everyone loves, an incentive. And I think that was pretty much the majority of everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think that was, oh, one last thing. So we always talk about like Mad Mimi and MailChimp and doing like emails that you send. But that costs money. And so when you first start out, you don't have to do that. Okay. You simply go in to the, under the communication tab, generate email. And if you go, it'll say customers generate email, and every customer that went in and said yes to getting communication, you can send them an email for every LTO that comes out, or every new collection. It doesn't have to be every LTO. We do get a lot of LTOs, but like every new big collection, you can go in there and put those pictures and be like, oh my God, just so you know, this new collection is coming out. That does not cost you any money. Scentsy has set all that up right there on the communications tab in there for you to use. So why not utilize it and send those? So, and I'm bad for it. I only do it periodically through the year, but I'll even go in because some people don't say if they want mail or not. And you can go in there and put like yes to newsletter, and then they can unsubscribe if they want, but you can go in there and do that. And so that, you know, all your customers are getting that newsletter until they want to unsubscribe. And then you can send them those updates. And when you send them that, put the link to an open party that you have, or right into, you know, the section of your PWS so that they can go in and shop right away. Or, you know, if they're your local, you know, if they're your local customers, or if all your customers are local, then put your contact information and be like, reach out to me directly in order, you know, and, you know, then maybe you save them a deal on shipping or something. But anyway, so that's it. That's all I have for tonight.
Sorry, Allison, I just want to touch on what you said about emails.
Yeah.
So I just signed into my email with all my clients on there that I have that subscribe to the newsletter.
Mhm.
If your client has not, or customer has not opened up their newsletter, I think it's, don't get me wrong, I don't remember if it's 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months. I can't remember the timeline, but if they actually haven't opened up an email from Scentsy in that amount of time, Scentsy will just automatically unsubscribe them. So you need to actually go into your customer file, like your client file, and go in and actually see who is not subscribed, make sure they are subscribed, and then you'll have more, I guess, visual presence when Scentsy's sending out those newsletters. If they have personally opted out, that's a different thing. Scentsy
it'll
won't
show
allow
that.
you. Yeah, Scentsy won't allow you to actually let them, you know, force you to resubscribe them, but they will allow you to subscribe them again if it has defaulted back. So FYI, I was guilty for that. I didn't even know that was a thing until like 2 weeks ago when I went in to check my customer profiles, because I do it every so often to make sure that I have subscribed to everybody. So make it a part of your routine. If you've got a system in place, put that on.
I'm just going to interject for new consultants. So for them to end up on your list, they either bought on your PWS, or when you do a party or an open, you know, bulk group of orders with all your local orders, you need to make sure you put their email in there. You put their, you know, their name, their address, and that, but the email is the most important, because that email goes in there and then they're on there to be able to receive not only what you send through the communications tab, but Scentsy periodically sends out newsletters and, you know, things for sales, and they will send that automatically. So it's like free advertising. Why not utilize it? But you have to make sure that you're diligent to collect those emails from customers and put them in there.
Yeah, that's my biggest regret.
Doesn't sound good, does it?
As when I first signed up, I would just be so eager to get that order that I was like, I got an order from somebody. Oh my goodness. And I would just be like, Allison Payne, what do you want to order? And I'd put in your order, and I would just send it off, not being like, what's your phone number? What's your email address? What's your address? So I have probably,
I was guilty too about that.
Like 200 customers in my customer profile that don't have email addresses because I was just eager. So don't make that mistake.
Can you guys hear me?
Learn from us. Yes, we can hear you, Matt.
He's talking to his video game friends. Sorry about that. Let me mute it.
Hey, it's totally okay. I have one of those right now beside me that's doing the exact same thing. So
Okay. So I'll just share a couple of things that I'm doing right now, because I'm really trying to push the catalog. Really trying to push, because we're at that point where with the incentive, you know, we really want to make sure that we are going here first and then doing LTOs, you know, all that stuff, especially if you're trying to get the incentive. To piggyback on what Allison was saying, I put these inside of so when I package up orders to go, I put a little hole punch in here and then put their name on it, but it is a love brag tag. So I can send a copy of this to you guys. And I want to say I've done this in the past, but it basically just says when your goodies arrive, number 1, open and smell. Number 2, ooh and ah. Number 3, use the goodies. Number 4, take a picture and tag me on social media, ... You'll be glad you did. There's my little referral thing, basically saying, hey, I will send, I send them a scent circle regardless, but maybe I'll send a little $5 wax cash or something like that. So that way it, they get a little something for promoting my business. Cause then people are gonna be like, ooh, what's that? What'd you get? What scents did you get? And then the number 5, enjoy your Scentsy and thank you for supporting our family business. So yeah, I use these as little tags. A, it helps me out because I know, oh, that's Brandy's order. I grab that bag and go where I need to go. But then B, it has all this little information for them. It looks like a cute gift tag and they're getting all that information right there to go ahead and post. So I that's one thing I absolutely love. I also will post periodically about rewarding referrals on my VIP page. But one thing I started doing today, and honestly, I just had like the random like I'm just going to do this. And I looked nasty. I was getting ready to work out and I just was gross, but I re-showed, last year I did it just as a post, but this year I did a video of how I make my grout cleaner with Scentsy dish soap, vinegar, and water. And I put it in one of those things where you can put,
can you
like,
guys hear me
there's a
now?
scrub brush and you can put the soap in the, scrubby, whatever. And that thing works like magic. So I made a video of it and I shared it around and I've already had people asking me about the dish soap. And that clean is one of our, little things that we got to fill up. So I'm going to be hopefully selling a whole bunch of dish soap. And I decided that I wanted to start doing just like a quick Scentsy tip thing. So right afterwards, I changed my hair, changed my shirt after working out. And I made a video about fragrance flowers, how I was noticing that our so we have a walk-in closet and we have our hamper in there, and because I work out, sometimes the laundry don't smell so great. So I showed how I was taking a fragrance flower and I showed them how to put it together and like what it was all about, and then walked them into my closet and showed them, here's where I'm going to put it and here's what the scent is and blah blah blah. And the whole thing is less than 5 minutes, but like just little informative stuff. Like if you're making your bed in the morning and you use Scentsy Fresh, you don't even have to use your like base, just like spray it on there and be like, this is what I do in between washings. Or you show Peggy and she looks great, but damn, she needs a bath and I just don't have time until Friday. So here I am spraying Scentsy Fresh where her nasty butt was laying on the couch, so before, because you can't throw the couch in the wash, show Scentsy Fresh. So show some different things besides just warmers and wax so that they know, well, wait a second, what is she using? How does that work? Like, what is that all about? Or show them a different way to use something that they might not have thought of. Like you can use, the all-purpose cleaner to clean your floors, or, you can use the the washer whiffs. I like to, when we had carpets, we don't have as many anymore, long story, but I take the washer whiffs and I sprinkle them on the carpet like a carpet cleaner, and then you vacuum them up and that releases a whole bunch of scent and it makes your carpet smell good. So just little, like, I'm starting to do little hacks like this where, hey, I have that product, I want to try that, or, oh gosh, I don't have it and I want my laundry to smell good and I want my floors to smell good, so maybe I'll try these washer whiffs. Just little ways to like change it up and actually showing how it works, as opposed to just being like, oh, hey, there's 3 new fragrances coming in Scentsy Fresh, buy them. Well, what is Scentsy Fresh? And I'm not going to ask because I don't want to seem stupid. I don't want to not know what it is. You might not think that, that it's another type of, fragrance cleaner, like, the Breathe Happy, that company. But, people want to refresh their homes. They want to, like Allison said, be making scent memories and be using these products. And if you love these products and you're using them, it shouldn't be too hard to show how you do. All right. I mean, getting, on Wax Wednesday or whatever day you change your wax, be like, hey, it's Wax Wednesday or it's Fragrance Friday. I'm changing my warmers in my, in my I'm changing my wax and my warmers on Friday because I usually have people over on the weekends. I like to entertain. So I want my house to smell good and super fresh when people show up. So, I'm trying to choose between, I have it here, white amber antique or ruby nectarine. Vote for which one I should put in my house, this weekend, and make it interactive, so that they're like, oh, I really like these scents, or I really like these scents, maybe not in ruby nectarine because it's not in the catalog. But I mean, if you were to pick another catalog scent and say, hey, and I mean, you don't have to even do a video of that. You could just take a picture of yourself, either holding them up in front of you or holding them in front of the warmer and, showing off the cute warmer that you have and which one should I put in today. And lots of people like to vote. They like to have an opinion. They like to have something that they can vote on and they can get into, because the more interactive you make it, the more people are going to see it and the more people are going to like it. And then you are going to be getting your name out there more, whether you put it on your Facebook page or in your VIP group, wherever you put it. But the more and it doesn't have to be a ton of effort, just a little effort to be creative, just a little bit of effort to make it a little different than everything else that's out there, than just the plain old, don't get me wrong. I still use Scentsy flyers. Sometimes I still, go to this Make Sense page and find something when I'm like in a bind and I can't think of anything. I'll grab something like that. But on days like today, where I'm feeling like super, like in it and like ready to share, I will make like 5 or 6 photos of all my ideas, or I will do, 3 or 4 videos of like whatever I'm excited about. And then I save them and post them at different times. So that way I might be feeling like crap tomorrow. I might be feeling like my kids are crazy. My dog is, up my ass. This house is too full of people. I just need to move away and start a new life. And I don't feel like working my business today. So today I'm going to post some things I had because I'm just not feeling the creative juices. I'm feeling like I want to dig myself a hole in the backyard and just pretend I'm gone. Like nobody can see me anymore. I'm not here. Nobody can ask me for things, but that's a whole nother story. So, I mean, just being creative with what we have, like go through like tonight. I want you to tonight or tomorrow, because I know for some it gets a little late, pick out a catalog and write your name on it. Or write I always write Molly's copy. My copy is not here, it's in the other room, but I write Molly's copy or write whatever, home copy, whatever you got to do. And then go through and make some notes or write on a piece of paper. This is a good idea. What could I do with this? Or, my dog does need a bath and I have some of the, pet wash stuff. Maybe I can have my kid take a picture while I'm bathing the dog. Or, oh, I have to change out my pods. Maybe I'll do a little quick video on how these wall fan diffusers work, or how I have a mini fan diffuser in my car, or, whatever, just like what sparks interest and joy, because people are going to read that way more than they're going to read, oh, hey, look at this. I want you to buy it. I need to hit my sales quota this month. Will you please buy this? I would love it if you would buy this from me. Please, 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 please. No, have something that speaks to you or that speaks to your customers. If you've been noticing that a ton of your customers are buying that white teak and amber, say that. Be like, all of my customers are obsessed with this. I would love for you guys to try it. And if people are like, oh, can I get a sample? Be like, I don't have any. And if you just buy and try it and you don't like it, this is what I tell my customers. If you don't like it, you can exchange it for something in my stock. I won't let them I won't let them pay for another thing, switch it for something else. You can exchange for what I got. But I have too many customers right now who I've been a sample queen and they want to sample everything ahead of time. And I just don't have the money to be sending samples to absolutely everybody. If you buy something, oh, sure, I sprinkle samples all inside of your orders and you just are a happy Scentsy fairy from all the samples I give you. But if you just keep asking me for samples and never buy anything, I'm sorry. No. So that's my 2 cents soapbox, and I want to give Brandy some time. So I'm hopping off and letting her go.
That is really good information. I'm sorry I'm late today jumping on, but the little kiddos can be crazy. I loved everything that Allison said. And pretty much just like to touch on that topic of samples. And the same way with Molly, I was that sample queen that I was like giving everybody samples all the time, anytime anybody asked. And it was like costing me. But the one thing that I could say that if you are going to do samples and you're like, okay, I'm all in on this, I want more customers, I'm going to give out these samples. What you need to do is make a post on your local 24-hour yard sale site and say, I have Scentsy samples. Private message me if you would like some. That way, when you are talking with that person back and forth because they want a sample from you, you are asking them, absolutely, I will give you a sample. The only thing I need from you is your email address. You have their name because you've got it from the social media account. You're going to take their name and their email address and you're going to put it into your Scentsy system as a customer, subscribe them to the newsletter so that you know that they are each month going to get the newsletter from Scentsy. So that's an easy way to, kind of grab more customers, getting, Scentsy's free newsletter that they send out. Also, I'm with Allison. I think Molly actually talked on it too. I love a referral program. So I'll show you guys. Oh, who's hosting tonight? Can they screen share? I guess, is it Molly?
Molly.
Okay. I'll wait to screen share till she comes back. Great thing right now this month is the fragrant flowers. I can't stress more about how amazing this is. You can get online, show your own fragrant flower if you have one, show different examples of ones that you can steal, like images from social media, from Google, from Pinterest, whatever, of coloring parties that they've done. Guys, in Canada right now, it's $16 for a fragrant flower. If you were to break that bundle and save up 3 ways for a local pickup, like you can't beat that, like at all. So if you have somebody that comes to you and says, I would really love to try the new fragrant flower, you say to them, amazing. It's $21 plus tax and shipping. But if you bring me 2 friends and they also get a fragrant flower, it's only going to be $16 each plus tax and shipping. That friend is going to go, I know I can find 2 other people that want a fragrant flower. And majority of the time they'll be like, well, I'll get a second one and then I'll just find one friend. Like, and it works out perfect. Mother's Day is coming. I know, and I hate saying this, but I know shipping's been a little slow. But I'm not sure.
Slow. So I found out why though. I found out that because they've a lot of our stuff, especially if you're Maritimes or certain Ontario, it's now coming from Kentucky. They're shipping it up from the States.
Oh, wow.
A portion of it. And what happened in the States was they shut down one of the warehouses to move it. So they took and pushed all those sales to the other warehouse. So then, and the problem was they did that right after having flash sale and fragrance week. So then everything's just been like a good 12 days before it's shipped. So which is like, usually I remember times where I would call to get an order canceled and it was the same day and they'd already shipped it. And I was like, what?
I know.
Now all of a sudden stuff's been sitting so long. I have like every customer and they're like, I haven't even got my confirmation with my tracking and it's been 8 days. And it's like, I'm so sorry. Everything's just taking longer. It's super frustrating. I'm hoping this is not the new norm, but I've started reaching out to all my customers saying 10 days because then they don't reach out angry.
It's the new norm. I don't think it is. But with that being said, we did have also a join special in the same month. So I know that there is a few people that were waiting a little bit longer for the kits than normal, which is predictable when we have such huge events in that amount of space of time. But kind of touching back to like the referral program, I think Molly kind of shared with me. Molly, can you let me share the screen for a sec?
No, I'm going to hold the screen hostage. Of course I will.
Because
sorry, I'm like on fire tonight. I'm just like
I love it.
sassy.
I love
I
sass.
finally feel good after.
You know what though? I met a little girl yesterday that came in for swim class and her name was Sassy. And I was
Sassy.
like,
Guys named her Sassy.
I love it.
I was like, if only I would have known that name before, I would have
But
named
what if
her.
like she wasn't a sassy girl? What if she was just like really like Debbie Downer?
No, she's
You could
sassy.
call her Snazzy.
That's true. Oh
No,
my
this
God.
girl is total sassy. And I
Hilarious.
would have loved that. I should have named my daughter Sassy because she is. Okay. Where did that go? Oh my goodness gracious. I've got so many windows open here. It's like my brain. Okay. So this is what I do for all my orders. If you guys want to take a screenshot of it, go ahead. I'll hold it here for a sec, but I just put it as a
Postcard.
yes, that's the word I'm looking for. I double side print it. Thank you for your order. Love brag tag. And then where you see here for this match 3, I get little stickers from Amazon that are the scratch stickers, and it kind of is like the match 3, and people think they like won the Scentsy lottery, which is really good. And you can just stick one stamp on the back. So if you're looking for something that is super simple, and then, you know, scratch and sniff, super simple, one stamp kind of all the way to the bank. There you go. That's great for, you know, kind of referrals. But I know Allison touched on mailers. I send out the flyer of the month, an actual cut sample of the scent of the month, and usually a scent circle. If somebody's ordered $100 like off my website, I just put it in a legal envelope with one stamp on it. And as long as it slides in the mail holder that I can kind of push it through in my little neighborhood mailbox, they take it. So it's kind of worth the chance of taking it using the one stamp. And if it comes back, kind of whatever. But you were saying that you use 3 stamps sometimes, Allison? Yeah, don't do it. Just try it.
You do one stamp with your scent circle?
Yeah, one. I put a scent circle, the scent of the month little sample, the scent of the month flyer, and even this month I have like a May, like what's happening in May kind of flyer, and I put it all in, and it's good to go. One stamp. But you have to, yeah, make sure that you go to like, let's say a public mailbox that are like those stationary mailboxes, you know, like the neighborhood mailboxes, and you can kind of slide the letters in, because I feel like if they see them there and they're like, wow, they actually slid them in there, that they don't really question it.
Allison, why don't we just go to Brandy's neighborhood and use her mailbox?
Yeah, just shove that in my mailbox. I literally put out 50 today, and I was like, the mail lady is going to kill me tomorrow.
A couple things I just wanted to quickly say too was fragrance flowers are huge right now. I've sold more than I have ever because they're cheaper. But the other thing too is, and I didn't know this, one of my customers who loves our dog shampoo reached out, who has a couple big dogs. And she said, you know, you should really advertise your pet products. She said, I tried to get in for grooming, and since COVID, she's like, every groomer's booked for 3 months. And there's only so many groomers that do dogs that are 50 pounds and up. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And she was like, she's like, and so I can't even get my dogs in, but she goes, I use the Scentsy shampoo, and she goes, it is so awesome on, she's like, it's better than anything I ever bought at Canadian Tire. And I was like, oh, why don't I push the pet products more often, especially when I have a million animals? So yeah, so that's what I'll be doing.
Brandy, I have a question. Do you send those out just for thank yous, or do you have like a list of people every month that you send out the sample, the flyer, and whatnot?
So each month, any person that places an order on my website, I will send them out. I call it happy mail.
Right.
So I've got these really cute, I don't even know if I have any up here, individual packages of a latte that you can get off Amazon. I bought like a case of them. and I made a little sticker and it says, thanks a latte for your order. Love the Giffins. Cause I make my business very family orientated. So people know, like, not only are you supporting me, but you're supporting like my children, my husband, like all this kind of stuff. So anybody that orders under 100, they get the scent of the month, the flyer of the month. If something's happening next month, like a join special or something, I'll toss that in there. And the package of the little latte. If they overspend of that $100 threshold that I have, then I pop in the scent circle. So I always want to give them the verbiage, but I also want to give them a little something for shopping. But I only, for the people that are over $100, put in that scent circle. For me, that's what I put. But like, that's the thing. You don't have to do like a gift, or you don't have to do the scent circle. It's whatever fits within your budget. And that's the same thing when it comes to referral bonuses. So like, there's different ways that you can refer people. So like, let's say I reach out to Molly and I say, hey, do you know anybody that wants to book a party? And she's like, well, not me. Like, I'm super busy next month. Like, I'm got a full schedule. Well, do you know any friends? Well, maybe let me reach out to Patty and connect you to, and Patty books a party. Then I can give Molly like a little referral gift. And that could be anything within your budget. You can use your perpetual party reward item, whatever. It could even be like a referral for somebody ordering, big or small, like, you know, give them something. It could be even the sample of the scent of the month. But the biggest thing for me is if you give me a referral for joining, you get a nightlight of your choice, regardless, just free. And, you know, you can send that out through private messages, through your email, through your mailers, whatever, as long as you're not posting it on your public Facebook page.
Yeah, and if you guys saw like the last flash sale, which was mind blowing, like they had wall fan diffusers for $6. And then they had like mini plugins for $10. Like, you can't beat that. I mean, you can beat it if you buy it with your free product credit and get it for free, but like there was some pretty good deals for stuff cheap. I'm just going to show you guys quick. So if I have a new customer, probably why I need 2 stamps. So if I have a new customer, yes. So every time, Nancy, you were asking about brochures and that. So if you do warmer of the month, or even scent, and if you do scent and warmer of the month or scent of the month, you get a pack of these brochures and you get a pack of the scent stickers. So I always, as soon as they come in, I take and I stick all my like scent stickers on my brochures. So I have them ready. And so, but I have these scratch things. And so these are great because like a lot of my customers aren't local and they never touch our testers. So even if you didn't like, yes, if they spend over 100, I put in a scent circle and I put a little thank you sticker, which I get these huge rolls off Amazon for dirt cheap of thank you stickers. But I have a whole stack of these done with all the new release stickers on them, because who doesn't love that, to be able to actually smell them. So I have one of these go in there. This, then of course, these product sheets, which are dirt cheap. I always have them like a whole big stack folded, ready to go. So that goes in there. And then I have a join the club with all the club information, because I'm always trying to push Scentsy Club. So I have that go in there. And then I love these magnets, because who doesn't love a magnet, except some of the fancy fridges now don't have like, they're not metal, they don't magnet anymore. Or maybe I'm gonna have to come up with something else, but I have these and I've changed them now. So they have 3 URL codes on my magnets. So one is for join my club, one is for bundle and save, because my customers always buy bars and they never bundle them. And then one is for Scentsy Club, one is for joining Scentsy, and then one is for bundle and saves. And so I do those, but you can also have this in a business card. It doesn't have to be a magnet. And then I also got smart. I think I showed you guys these before, which I know I like unicorns and weird stuff, but these are bookmarks. So I had regular thank you cards, but then Vistaprint, I made these bookmarks because I thought, who doesn't like a bookmark if you read? So then I thought it does a double duty, and it just said, thank you for supporting my small business. I hope you enjoy your Scentsy products. Have a question about your products or Scentsy lifetime warranty. Ready to place another order, contact me anytime. And then I just had this cute, dream big with the blueberry cheesecake. And then it had all my contact information. And then on the bottom, it says, thinking of starting a business of your very own, sell Scentsy, contact me for more info. And these were like bookmarks. And I, a couple times a year, will buy like the magnets in these. Yes, it's not the cheapest, but it's great for my business and it's a write-off. I write all this stuff off at tax time. So,
And if you keep your eyes open on Vistaprint, they do have sales that are like 50% off. So you have to make sure that you're like kind of watching. So I go
yeah,
on
never pay full price. Always wait till they have the sale.
Also, for instance, when I sent out my mailers today, I put scratch and sniff stickers on the outside of my envelopes. And then I always put, I don't know if you can see this, but this was just me at the bus today while I was picking up Holden. I've got little stickers that I'm sticking to the outside of the envelope that says, want to know more? Scan me. And then I put my website on the bottom and a QR code. So then it kind of like piques the curiosity of maybe the mail lady or man or the mail like sorters or whatever. And they're like, why does this person put so many stickers and why does it look so cute? What the heck is in this damn thing? So you never know where it's going to come from. Like I had a random order from like PEI the other day and I was like, where did this come from? So I reached out to the lady and she said, oh, my daughter is a post lady and came across one of your letters and sent me your QR code. Like, what? Like, we don't even know how these things happen, but if we don't do them, they don't happen. So you have to take one step ahead. Like, there's tons of people doing different stuff. And like, you can follow so many different like Scentsy icons on different social media platforms and see what they're doing. Yes, pull ideas from them, but make it authentic to yourself. Like use your own color scheme, you know, change it to the theme. Like I know Carrie loves frogs. So her whole theme on everything she does business is frog. And like, make it authentic to yourself because people know when you're kind of, I don't want to say stealing from other people, but like when you're borrowing from others and it's like the same verbiage, they're like, that ain't my girl Brandy. She doesn't say y'all. Where did she get that verbiage from? But Molly says y'all. So like, you've got to make it yourself. But honestly, like the biggest thing for this business is just show up, start doing. Every day, set a goal for yourself that you're posting on your social media. I have my Instagram and my Facebook linked. So when I'm posting on stories, I'm doing 2 jobs in one. Guys, I work like a full-time job and Scentsy, 3 kids, a husband, a dog, a cattery, all the crazy things. Like me and Allison are kind of in the same boat. But I make it work because I set an alarm every single day. 10 a.m. I'm setting an alarm and I'm posting on my social media. I'm going on my VIP group. I'm going to make a little post about different things that are happening. And I'm featuring products every other day on my VIP group. So tomorrow is, what is it? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah. So it's Wax Wednesday for me tomorrow. So I do it my complete change out of wax. So if we can challenge you guys to do one thing for tomorrow, do a Wax Wednesday post. It can be on your VIP page. It can be on your public Facebook page. You post a picture of your warmers that you have in your house with the bar that you're using. And you just say like, Wax Wednesday, what are you warming today? Simple as that. You would be surprised how much interaction you get off that. And Molly, your reel is going viral because it came up on my search. Like I was just going through like just random videos and your cleaning thing is going viral. So
Sweet.
you're definitely going to close out those circles. So guys, like you never know what's going to happen. So take a chance.
Bring it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or have anything you want to share that's like worked for you and you're super excited about?
I was just gonna say quick, Nancy, sorry, I wasn't looking at the chats to see, and thank God Carrie answers you, but and everybody, but one thing was about the brochures was when you go in the consultant store, I think they're like $4, like they're not expensive. You can buy them and the pack of little stickers for one fragrance, it's not, they really make it inexpensive so consultants can afford it to bring in and advertise. So again, you guys don't have to do the scent and warmer of the month if you don't want to, you can just go on. And I think like the first, they always announce the next month of what the warmer and scent are going to be. And then I think they put it in that consultant store pretty early so you can get your hands on it to get all your advertising stuff ready way before the first. Okay.
May flyers are there for $3.60 right now.
There are also ones, and I try to share them on my team page. And if Allison or Brandy, I know, are either of you in my group? If not, I can see if I can find it, but I know some consultants will make their own too and share them in different groups too. So like printable ones, if you'd rather do something like that, I can see if I can find, didn't Barb put one in the Big Together group for the new warmer and scent of the month? I want to say she did. So check out. I think she did. I think it's like, it's linked to a Canva. So like you have to go to Canva and print it off. But once you do, like, you're set, it's there.
Yeah, so another tip that I shared with Brandy, because she the other day was looking for a Canva, like some advertising for the following month. And I think just like Google, Facebook is a big search engine. So all you have to do is go up to the top. And if you're somebody that uses Canva, if you just go up to the top in Facebook and put, so like we're in April. So if you put May Scentsy Canva and put posts, every post of a rep that has put something they've already made and they've put the link to Canva comes up. And like, why invent the wheel? Like you get it. Somebody's already taken the time to make this beautiful post. I bring it up in Canva and just tailor it to me with my own URL code or my picture or whatever to make it for me. But like, why take the time to spend like, I try to concentrate on income producing activities. So why would I take an hour to make a flyer that someone else has already made that I can just tweak and then print off or save it and then share to my social media or wherever, right? So, and same thing, if you love a certain warmer, just go up to the top of Scentsy and be like, Scentsy Polar Panorama posts. You're gonna have every post of every rep that's advertised it with their personal pictures. So if you want to advertise certain products out of the catalog and you don't own them, but you don't want flyer pictures, you want like personal pictures, you don't even have to go to Pinterest or wherever. Just go to the top and put Scentsy and whatever the item is and look up posts, and you're going to find like a whole bunch of different posts from consultants all over. A lot of them are probably US because there's more in the US and Canada with their advertising.
You can search Canada too.
Yeah.
Just put Canada at the end of it if you want Canadian pricing. But most of the time, if you want like home pictures, you don't want any writing on it. You want it to look like you took the picture. Yeah. All right. Anybody else?
I just shared Barb's link. And then I shared a link that of my newsletter that I sent out for my May crew. That Carrie actually created, which was amazing. And then I just kind of made some tweaks and stuff. So
I
yeah,
didn't
so-
make it. I didn't make it. Oh God, no, girl, I'm not that creative. You should know
Okay.
that by now. I
Well,
stole it from
it
somebody else.
was beautiful. And then I just kind of made some tweaks to kind of like open up the content, I guess, a little bit. But everybody's more than welcome to use it. There is a picture of myself and Miss River in it. So do edit those out. Well, unless you want to use my cute puppy in your pet little profile.
I want to steal your puppy.
No, I'm shipping her in a crate to you right now.
Free?
Yes, take her for free. I wish I could just drive down to Wisconsin right now. We would take a little mommy-daughter trip. Go see
Sounds
Aunt
good.
May.
Come on down. I'll feed you and take your dog.
Okay,
You need
sounds
a
good.
new Zap controller.
Oh my God, she's crazy.
Yeah, but look at. That's
Same
all it
thing.
is.
I never create content myself. I think some people are really great at like marketing and images.
Yeah.
Same thing. My house isn't like a house out of Martha Stewart. I don't enjoy decorating home decor. So most of my pictures, they're not mine. And it's funny because I'll have customers and they'll be like, oh my God, where'd you get that stand and decorate it? Like, they're never my pictures. Because like, that's not my strong suit. I don't spend money. Like, I love warmers and that, but I don't like go to Home Decor Sense and buy little stuff decorate mess. Brandy's amazing at it because I've been to her house, but that's not my strong suit. And those aren't like things that I find passion in. So like, I just find other people's content that's amazing because they're great at it. But if you're not good at something, then find other ways to put your attention and time, because don't stress yourself out. And again, it's not income producing, spending hours a day working on flyers and things when you could put your time elsewhere. So,
and people will know it's not authentic to you. You know, I mean, people know that I'm like super laid back. Like, you come to my house and I am minimalist. Like, there's a whole big, like 10 or more foot wall in my basement. We've lived here almost 3 years that there is still nothing on because I can't decide what I want to do with it. So I'd rather just leave it alone until I know. And I still don't know. So I like, people come to my house and be like, oh, I want to decorate this or this. I'm like, go have at it. Because I don't know what to do with it. And I'm just minimal. Like, yeah. New decor is warmers and wax. Maybe some new pictures of my kids up on the walls, and that's about it. Yeah. All righty. Anybody else? Any other things you want to add? Questions you have? Otherwise, we will shut her down for the night.